It's nice to see you here. Do you come here often?
I don't know what I have no idea, but you sound so surprised every time we do a podcast. But there you go. It's delightful and charming and lovely.
I'd just like to point out, if anybody can hear some slight snoring, it's because Mimi's on my lap.
Mimi's on your lap, and Margot is just there.
It's desperate.
She's planning, isn't she? She's got that look as if it's like, you look comfy to me.
There's another lap there I could be on.
Anyway. So this week we thought it would be quite nice to talk about that visit by Gabrielle.
Yeah, that video went down well, didn't it? Lots of people enjoyed that. Lots of love for Gabrielle. People.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful? It's just quite extraordinary. I sort of, she was. I guess it's a very inspiring character, really.
Full of beans.
Yeah.
The fact actually that she's pushing 80, as she says, and she worked here when she was 16, and that she could still remember so much. I was trying to think, could I remember if I went into a building where I was when I was 16? I mean, I did work when I was 16. Would I remember where everything was? Probably, yeah. Maybe
I mean, I tend to do that thing like walk into a room and go, I can't remember why I walked into it.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, you do. I'm glad you admitted to that. But I think, well, certainly when you're a child, 16, you're still a child, and because I can remember quite vividly my holiday job, which I used to work at Camera Press. Used to be the messenger, and I can remember the offices and walking in and how it was all laid out. It was a complete mess. Pictures everywhere, black and white prints and all the rest of it. I can remember that, and I can remember the smell and the feel, and I'm sure you, for example, you used to work in the theatre, didn't you?
Yeah, I did that when I was 16. Evening job in the theatre, taking tickets. And actually, I probably could. If I had to.
I would have bought an ice cream off you.
Oh, thank you. Do you want vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, or English toffee?
See, there you go. I didn't even have. All I had to mention it, and then you're just straight back into it.
It was a nightmare. There used to be £1 a tub. And then I think they put the prices up to £1.20, and suddenly I couldn't do the maths in my head anymore. It was really annoying. So easy when it was £1 a tub and you wouldn't need change.
Well, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, we digress.
We do digress. We were talking about Gabrielle, and so I think everybody was including us, were very impressed with the fact that she's so sprightly.
Very sprightly. She was zooming up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
Quicker than we could keep up with her.
And turned up with her young granddaughter, who was the age that she was when she worked here.
She was great, Zoe. And I managed to do French small talk with a teenager. So.
Wow.
Yes. We only had to use Google Translate on my phone once.
Oh, did you? Oh, really? What can you remember what that was for?
Yeah, we were just talking about, I was asking, what do you think of your granny working here when she was your age? And so she was saying, it's amazing that the way that people used to live, she was like, can you imagine how people used to live in this house with all the staff, with all of that? It's just
Mr. Trick, we should have interviewed her as well, shouldn't we?
No, that's true.
It would have been quite interesting.
Yeah.
I guess we could always do that at some point in the future, because it'd actually be quite interesting to hear a 16-year-old's perspective on something like that. I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think we got the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth from Gabrielle.
No, well, it was just a first visit. We can. I think
good one. I like this. It's very good.
I think this is the start of a friendship. I really like.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
this is happily welcome her back with her husband as well.
Yeah.
If we do any nice do's here or anything like that.
Yeah, we'll invite them. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But tell us a bit more of the dirt.
Yeah.
Maybe what the dirty stories.
Give us the gossip.
Yes. No. Come on. Tell me.
But I did love it. I love particularly the bit. Sorry, Mimi really is snoring on my lap. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I love the bit about the massive round table in the dining room. That was really interesting.
Such a surprise, wasn't it? Because when you're in our dining room, it has the shape of it. So it's square. But to me, it feels like a round table is wrong, really. I don't know, a round table could work, but not as big as the way she was describing
The problem
it.
that I have with a round table, it's fine if you're King Arthur, but I guess it depends how many people you've got, because
You can't just come out with that. It's fine if you're King Arthur.
and the Knights of the Round Table.
No, believe me, that did not pass me by.
Okay.
But so King Arthur with the Knights of the Round Table, sitting around. So I know what you're about to say. So, but why is it better for the King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table?
Well, because he's a king and everybody else would shut up and listen to what he's saying. Whereas around a table, if the table's too wide, you can't hear the people on the other side, are you? But if you're the king, you're just going to go, shut up, and everybody goes, yes, sir. What do you do?
Well, stands to reason, doesn't it, really?
Obviously.
Knights of the Round Table. There we go.
I thought that was lovely, and knowing that what's our office at the moment was just another sitting room.
There's a little salon,
small salon, and then the Baron's office was in what's our TV room at the moment, which will one day be our posh library.
Cigar room.
Sorry, cigar room, even though neither of us smoke.
No, but I will take out smoking cigars when we have a cigar room. Oh, come on.
Maybe like a once a year at Christmas cigar.
Not once a year. I mean, maybe not every day, but I mean, cigar room, fabulous, like memories, thoughts.
Yeah.
No, Churchill.
No, I get all the imagery. It's just,
No?
if you could do it without the actual smoking bit, that would be great.
I like smoking.
I know you do, but you've quit and you're doing very well.
No, I know, but...
And cigars get you back. This happens every time. Every time you I could just have one cigar. You start with the big fat cigars and then you move on to the little tiny cigars that look like cigarettes.
Because big fat cigars make you feel blur because, you have like about that much of the cigar and the eye turn green, basically. Cohibas. The Cohiba cigar is like probably the most attractive concept on earth, for smoking.
Yeah.
For me, anyway. I love everything, all the imagery that goes with it and the reputation and everything. But the moment I smoke one, I just forget it, man. I just like, I'm gone, man. So anyway, So
it's really nice. And the fact that she went up into the loft and saw her old bedroom as well. Yeah, absolutely fascinating. Fascinating. I love it.
I think that it is also worth mentioning that there's this thing that I introduced myself as Lionel when I spoke to her on the phone. And she said, well, I couldn't possibly call you that. I have to call you Mr. Chateau. I went, okay, well, I'm going to call you Gabrielle if that's all right. She said, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm, so there is still this, I don't know, what would you call it?
Hierarchy.
An implied hierarchy because you live in a large house.
In the big house. But we're not. We've got no titles. We've got no nothing.
No, but I do have a family crest, though.
You do, which we do need
discovered.
to. Yeah, we need to investigate that a bit more.
We do, yes.
Before I get the tattoo of it. Your face. No, don't worry. No.
No, it's fine. I was going to say, but can I decide where? Oh, come on. You leave yourself wide open to these things.
I walked into that one.
You did.
I do apologise for anybody's poor mind.
A slightly sort of fragile disposition. I apologise wholeheartedly. I meant whether she put it on her arm.
Yeah, whatever. Nobody believes you.
No, and they shouldn't. Anyway, it was great meeting Gabrielle.
Yeah, really lovely.
And it would be, you're right. I think it would be really lovely to have her back. It may have even sparked more memories of being here.
Possibly. But she also mentioned somebody that she worked with at the time, who's a neighbour of hers.
Yes.
So, and we got another email from someone else. So it might just prompt some more people.
I think it did actually, didn't it? Because we had an email from somebody who knew or was the daughter or the son of the chef, who was not spoken of very highly in terms of sort of like, not a very good chef.
Oh dear.
Yeah, could, knock up a boiled egg, but that was it.
A bit of me then.
Sorry. The only reason I was mentioning the fact that about that she couldn't call me Lionel was that there was this weird kind of hierarchy, invisible hierarchy that still exists here.
Yeah.
Despite the revolution, despite that the nobility doesn't exist, does really, but is very much sort of there's an undercurrent of it in certain places, and I think it's understood, but it's very interesting.
It's
very
really
interesting,
isn't it?
Yeah.
And yet we've got two friends who are Viscount and Viscountesses.
Yeah.
And they're both totally cool and, don't make any, big deal about having titles. So I guess it depends.
And happy to talk about the revolution. And I have to say, actually, you never miss an opportunity to bring the British royal family into it. But, when I was photographing the royal family, one of the biggest markets for my pictures of the whole British royal family was France.
Yeah, when we go into the supermarket, they've got the magazine aisle. And honestly, half the pictures you see on there are of, I was going to say Kate Middleton, but she's not. She's Princess of Wales now.
Yeah, which is difficult for me to do. But
yeah, you just see her face
all over
all these magazines.
Every opportunity that they have to slap them in a magazine like Paris Match or Gala or whatever Point de Vue, they're there.
Isn't it?
So despite the lovely French, anyway, I won't go down that route, but but they're very, very interested in the British royal family, and not just British royal family, but Spanish royal family and all the rest of them, and Scandinavian as well. Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. Anyway, what's next on the list?
Next on the list, my darling, is because we're going backwards, aren't we?
Yes, because I'm hoping we run out of time before we get to the one that's on the top of the list.
Yeah, I may have to jump to that
You're
one.
going to speed.
Yeah, talk about the roofer anyway. That's boring.
Are we doing Big Rob the Roofer?
Big Rob the Roofer. He's not that big, is he?
He's not that big.
He's bigger than
Rob the other Rob. So if you have to
Rob.
differentiate between Robs, there is Rob and Big Rob. Yeah, so it makes sense. Anyway, Big Rob the Roofer.
But surely if you call somebody Big Rob, then the other Rob should be Little Rob.
Little Rob. Well, maybe there's another Rob. Maybe Little Rob is Middle Rob. We're going to get.
I have to tell the story of Rob, the plasterer, what his name is.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he wants to be named on podcasts and things.
Oh, come on. It was such a funny story. His name is Rob Berry. So Rob and then Berry, Berry. And then he pointed out the other day that if you put them together, it makes...
robbery. And he wanted to call his plastering company Daylight Robbery.
Daylight Rob Berry.
His wife wouldn't let him.
It's just great, isn't it?
Wonderful.
Great
really
for
wonderful.
sort of like search engine optimization.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, so Big Rob came.
Big Rob came to look at our roofs on our outbuildings, the two big outbuildings.
Yeah, out there.
Because we were hoping for a spot of patching up. And he pretty much took one look at them and said, no.
And he came with a colleague called Michael, who initially was quite quiet, and then discovered that he was from Lancashire. And I love Lancashire. And so I started talking to him about Lancashire. But his great line was, he turned to Big Rob after having looked at our outbuilding roofs and said, Rob, it's a bit more than just moving a few tiles around, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, there's whole parts. I took them into one building and went, look at our roof. It's on the floor.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. And there's a massive gaping hole in that roof.
Yeah.
So, and his
is a great
verdict
shame.
is unfortunately whole new roofs. So that's going to have to sit and wait for a while.
Yeah.
Until we win the Euro Millions.
Oh, you can do a GoFundMe.
Not my favourite subject right now.
Should we talk about our GoFundMe?
Yeah, well, I've been a bit upset about it this morning. So we launched a GoFundMe yesterday because we had people asking us to. Because there are some people that want to support what we're doing in the chapel and want us to do it. So I thought GoFundMe, it's safe, it's secure, it's transparent, it's official, it's all recognised, rather than people just sending us bits and bobs of money. Let's do it all properly, where everybody can see what's going on. And we've had some support already, which is lovely, which is really, really nice. But there are a few people that think that we're trying to scam or something.
Well, I don't think they think we're trying to scam.
I know one person did say that.
Oh, really?
Yes, they did. That really got to me this morning.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
It's sort of quite a few people, not that many people in the grand plan of things, to be perfectly frank, but really threw their toys out the pram. I just sort of, this actually oddly is very difficult to do something like this for us.
Yeah, it completely goes against the grain to ask for help or ask for money. But
so we're doing it because quite a few people have suggested it, and quite a few people have done it who are in chateaus and had a lot of very, I suppose, worthy projects funded.
Yeah, and we think the chapel is a worthy project. We're not asking for money for the rest of the house at all. Goodness knows we need it, especially for the roofs. But no, this is just for the chapel because the chapel is an important building.
Yeah, and in the end, GoFundMe is what is it? It's saying, if you're suffering hardship, if you don't have a load of money. We're not asking you.
No, absolutely not.
All.
This is. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to give us money.
No.
But if you can't afford it, then absolutely not.
Then just forget about it, right? No, I mean, we just enjoy the little film we made. That's it. Yeah, move on, right?
We said thank you for your support, but your support is the nice comments and keeping us entertained and keeping us motivated as much as it is money. So if you, I'm getting upset about it. If it's not for you, that's absolutely fine. Please don't feel like you have to put money into it. If you can't afford it, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, our raison d'être doing YouTube.
Oh, we're just stopping for the doorbell.
Okay, I've answered the door.
Answered the door. It's an electrician coming in to put lights in the dining room.
Where were we? What were we talking about?
We're talking about the GoFundMe and that.
GoFundMe,
don't. If you don't have. This is just for if you've got spare money down the back of the sofa. If you don't,
there are a lot of people. There are an awful lot of people who are not suffering hardship. A lot of people that are not suffering hardship, and if they feel moved to help with the renovation of the chapel, then
lovely.
That would be wonderful. My goodness me, it's not intended for anyone that is suffering hardship or to create any kind of guilt or embarrassment or anything.
Exactly.
Not in the least. And if I thought for a moment that that's what it was going to do to people, then I wouldn't do it.
No.
So please, oh goodness me, no, come on. Our raison d'être is to entertain you, right? And at the same time show you a bit of France, which we really love, and our life here, which is very different from the UK. And so there you go. So that's what we'll continue doing. But we don't not watch us because you don't like the GoFundMe. Just move it to just go like that, park it over there. Go, no, that's not for me. But I quite like what they do.
And hopefully, if we do get to do it, then people should enjoy. We'll film the entire process.
Oh, of course we will. Yeah,
it'll be fascinating. I can't wait to get in there and do stuff and look after it. Anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, that's GoFundMe. And the next story on our list is if you could live in any country other than here,
Yeah.
where would you live?
Ooh, okay. So the way we come up with some of these topics is like our random breakfast conversations that we have. And we'll go, stop, write that down. That's a topic for a podcast.
Yeah.
So where would I live? I mean, I think, where would I live? I mean, I do like the idea of living somewhere warmer. I mean, we already moved here because it was warmer, but warmer still would be nice.
Well, like, yeah, warm all the time, basically, is what we'd like. Yeah.
Probably complain that it was too hot.
Yeah.
I think somewhere warmer.
Spend too much money on t-shirts.
Yeah, and air conditioning. We wouldn't complain about our heating. We'd complain about the air conditioning, wouldn't we?
No, I don't like air conditioning. Anyway, go on.
So I don't know. I think I could live. Where could I live? Maybe in like Portugal, because we did look in Portugal originally.
Is that really that much more? I don't know that it is. Well, I suppose it is warmer.
It is warmer. If you're right down the bottom, it is.
Yeah. So I guess if you had a permanent sort of like in winter, sort of like 18 degrees or something like that, that would make a big difference, wouldn't it? I guess.
It would. It just makes the winter much shorter. You still get a winter, but it's much, much shorter.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
You?
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Where would you go?
I've always harboured a sort of dream. I don't know if it's a dream, but I'd love to try living in the Far East. I like the Far East a lot, and I also love India.
I think India would be a difficult place to live.
Why?
I think.
Why, full of Indians? Oh, come on. That was no, I do not mean that. It's a joke.
Goodness. No, I remember when we went there and we had that fabulous holiday. But I do remember there were some points that were really difficult. So we'd be being driven around somewhere in a car, and then you'd stop at the traffic lights or a roundabout or something. And there were children coming up to the car window who were obviously starving and begging. And to live either the sort of like the juxtaposition of like the fancy hotels next to the absolute poverty was difficult. You know, like we'd be in the car going to a restaurant.
Oh, I get that.
And then
Yeah.
witness that on the way, and you just go, oh, what am I doing?
I get that, but the trouble is you've got to, I travel around the world like I have. That is the majority of the world.
No, yeah.
That's not us. That's not the States. It's not Western Europe. It's that is actually the majority of the world.
Yeah.
And when so you get used to it, unfortunately, and you give things that they want, which is money, sweets, pencils, pens, and stuff like that. But you have no choice. You can't make a difference.
Yeah.
You can try.
I guess, yeah. I mean, you choose what charities you want to give to and stuff like that. But yeah, for like every day.
Yeah.
I don't know. So personally, I would find that.
I mean, okay. I wouldn't, but I would endeavour to make whatever difference I could. But I mean, if I lived in India,
you don't want to end up in one of those sort of like expat enclaves.
Why not?
Where you're sort of like living in this bubble and you don't see the real world.
Gin and tonic for breakfast and for dinner.
Yeah. Pretending we're all colonial types.
Yes, absolutely. Panama hat and jacket for dinner every night. Wonderful. No, I love the idea of. I think India is a fabulous place to visit. I probably wouldn't want. I don't know. But certainly places like somewhere like I adored Thailand. I thought the people in Thailand were amazingly friendly and charming and funny, and loved it. And the food is wow.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been, but I love the food. So
food is,
that would be good.
And it's all fresh and clean and excellent.
So you got any chateaus? Got any nice big old properties we could go
No,
to?
they haven't got any chateaus. I don't think they have any chateaux. I don't think they call them chateaus.
Can we find a nice big old property? We're going.
Yeah, well, Vietnam would be quite interesting because you can at least do Vietnam. You've got the French influence, so you can get your croissants for breakfast and your baguette.
That'd be interesting.
But yeah, I quite like that. I know you love New Zealand, don't you?
I do love New Zealand.
Yeah, I don't love New Zealand at all.
Country.
It is a beautiful country, but yeah, undoubtedly it is an absolutely beautiful country. But
there's not enough life there for you, is there? It's too quiet.
no, even in sort of like places like like Auckland and Wellington and things like that, I just find it. It's just me. It's just, no. It's the most beautiful country, one of the most beautiful countries on earth. And Australia. It's full of Australians. What can I say?
I'm just going to try and offend as many people as possible today.
Are you doing that as being offended? I'm not offended. I'm not.
I have lots of Australian family, so we like Australia.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. I just said Australia's full of Australians. Like France is full of French people. Oh, God, that's going to offend them, isn't it? Good gracious me.
Anyway, do we have another topic?
Should we change quickly?
Change.
Oh, yes. Now you have to speak about our wonderful visit to the paint store, BMI paint store.
This is brilliant. We love the paint shop.
Yeah.
So this is for my sewing room, craft room, my room, basically. So I went to get the paint.
So it's Claire's equivalent of a cigar room,
yes,
basically. But she's not allowed to do anything in it. Like, I'm not allowed to smoke cigars in my room.
So we went to get the colour. And the
colour is called?
Mischief.
Yes.
And it's a sort of really pinky purple, and I love it. I think it's wonderful. But yes, you can see everybody in the shop were being very polite, and they were like, "Oh, is it just for the walls?" I'm like, "No, it's for the ceiling as well." And they're like, "Oh, the ceiling and the walls in all the same colour, and the woodwork too. Oh, lovely."
It was almost like a sharp intake of breath. It was sort of like, control my reaction, don't show it on your face, and smile.
So brilliant. Love it. I love confusing them with our English ways.
Yeah.
So I've done the first coat, and I love it. I think it looks really good. So you should get to see that in this week's episode.
You should, yes. Yeah.
Now I need to actually go in there and finish the job.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's looking really good. My little pink box.
It's not really pink, is it?
It's a pinky purple. It's very nice.
But it's more purple than pink, really, isn't it? Really, I think. So, yeah, well, it's reminiscent of a tart's boudoir.
Have you been in many tarts boudoirs?
Loads. You asked. No, I haven't been into any tart's boudoirs, so there you go. But I shall soon. I didn't mean that. I take that back. Okay, we'll edit that bit out.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I still remember that you said it though.
Oh God. Okay, and and then we had this power cut.
Oh, which is why we went to the paint shop, because we couldn't do anything else. Yeah, 5-hour power cut on.
And they told us the afternoon before it.
Yeah, just by email.
Oh, that really got me. That really, really wound me up.
It just shows how completely addicted we are to our telephones and how reliant we are on it all. And obviously the heating stopped working and everything. So, but,
yeah, we are. Anyway, it was nice to have a day away from screens and such like.
And meant that I got that first coat of paint on.
Yeah, which is really lucky.
Because I couldn't do the VAT return, so I did a coat of paint, which was great. Quite happy.
Well, as long as you're happy, darling.
I am happy.
That's all that matters, really. Yeah. So a big power cut, and then it came back earlier than they said, which was quite good. So, but now getting to the final subject, which one I've been.
Time. I think we're done. Thank you very much.
No, I think we have a few minutes left, don't we, audience? Yes, because we're going to talk about. I can't remember. Where were we talking about this? We were talking about our...
This is another breakfast discussion.
Is it another breakfast? Yeah. So we're talking about our personal fashion disasters.
Of which I have none, obviously.
Yeah, no, we've got nothing to talk about then.
Yeah, no, nice. Anyway. But you, my love.
Oh God. Okay, I have a fashion disaster which I recall vividly. So when I was, I don't know how old I was. I must have been 16 or something like that. And so I used to hang out a lot at the weekends down the Portobello Road in West London, because I was a bit of a hippie and used to like, cheesecloth shirts, collarless cheesecloth shirts. And used to hang out down under the Westway where you could buy second-hand cheesecloth shirts. Well, they probably weren't second-hand.
Say something else so you can buy underneath the Westway.
What?
I don't know. No, carry on. Sorry, ignore me.
You'll have to explain that off camera.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so basically you used to spend a lot of time going up and down the Portobello Road, which in those days was more of an antiques market than the thing that you saw on Notting Hill in the film. And there were a couple of like fruit and veg stands, but mainly it was like full of hippies. And there was one shop there that I was transfixed by, and they had blue suede cowboy boots.
Wow.
With a diamante, but multicolored diamante. It wasn't just like white. And for some unknown reason, and they had heels like that.
Wow.
And for some unknown reason, no, it's not unknown, because I always had a thing for Jagger, and I could see myself like being a mini
Mick Jagger,
and wearing these, right? And then because when you're 16, you're going to lots of parties, right? And I thought, that's going to be impressive. And so I don't know, I must have saved up a lot of money, because I seem to remember they were quite expensive, and bought them and then wore them. But my abiding memory is either after a party or going home after a party and jumping on the bus. So, the old London buses, you used to have like a platform at the back with a pole, and you could literally stand on the back, and it was wide open, and you could stand around, hang onto the pole, and then wait for your bus stop. And then if you wanted to, normally you would just like jump off. The bus would just be coming to a stop, a little bit of movement, and then you just jump off, and then you're off, But on this occasion, because I had these blasted things on, I had heels like this, right?
It's like 3-inch heels.
Yeah, and I jumped off, and my ankle went like that, and I really twisted my ankle really badly. And I remember like just getting up, and like you're 16, right? You don't want to show pain.
Oh God, no.
So like, I'm all right. I'm cool.
I meant to do that.
Yeah, and I don't think I pulled it off. But anyway, I sort of hobbled back to my mum's place, and
I would love to have seen your mum's face. I would love to have seen that.
My mother had a wonderful, beautiful French accent. So she would have been, "Oh, Lionel, Lionel, I told you not to buy these stupid boots." And anyway, I wouldn't be at all surprised if, because I twisted my ankle. Then my ankle probably went like that, and then I couldn't get the boots off it. Anyway, so that's my fashion disaster.
You're going to have a look online, see if you can find a picture of some similar boots, because I want to see these.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, I'll look, yeah.
Excellent.
I'll see, yeah.
So no, as I said, I've got none.
Claire, I didn't realise you could lie so easily. Come on.
Fortunately, I think there is photographic evidence of my
we've got to see this.
Pink PVC.
Do you want to say that again? Pink
PVC skirt that I wore on a few nights out that was just ridiculous, like bright pink, totally skin tight, impossible to breathe in, impossible to sit down. I thought I looked great. I probably looked like lumpy, bumpy.
Bumpy.
Ridiculous. And my abiding memory of my friend Matthew, who might have had a couple of little glasses of something, slapping me on the bottom so hard. The sting and the wall.
Oh, really hit you that hard?
Really hurt.
Wow.
He thought it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
So Matthew, if you have any pictures or particular
think,
sort of like, if you could remember all of this and recount this
I think
story.
Fran might have pictures actually. Hopefully neither of them are listening.
I could get in touch with Fran. I think I might have to.
So anybody, your fashion disasters, let us know in the comments.
Oh yes, we really. If you've got any pictures, I don't know how you get those to us, but I mean,
but please own up to your fashion disasters.
yeah, that would be very, very entertaining. So that's it really. I don't have any other fashion disasters to talk about at all, and nor do you.
No, none.
None that we're going to admit
Not
to.
that we're going to admit to. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's it, I'm afraid. So I think that's it for this week, isn't it?
Yeah, so thank you again for listening or watching. I hope Mimi's snoring didn't interfere too much, but that's what it was.
Margot's been very well behaved. She's gone to have a snooze on the other chair over there.
Very calm.
So, which is lovely.
Good girls.
So we'll see you all next week.
Next week. Do it all again.
Okay, lots of love. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.